Very often, people in trouble or experiencing fear or pain turn to guardian angels for help. Since ancient times, they have occupied a special place not only in religion, but also in mythology and esotericism. But who are these guardian angels? What kind of power are they endowed with? Why do people believe in them so much? There are no answers to all these questions. Nevertheless, guardian angels are present in all peoples and in all religions and mythology. They are recognized as beings of a higher order, who were created by God even before man was created. The very word angel means messenger, mediator between God and people, bearer of God's message. There is too much evidence in history of saving lives through sudden unexplained insights or coincidences. For most people, the post-mortem experience is extremely dark territory, but in the case of high consciousness, the human soul continues its journey outside the body, just as before, even in an even clearer consciousness in which service to people is an absolutely natural feature. Because the angels realize that we have a common destiny for all of humanity and that you can only get to a better world together in the spirit of service to each other. From personal inclinations to varieties of service, angels are endowed with a certain specialization, from guardians, healers and saviors. Angels understand that it is important to learn to want to live even where others cannot stand, so the soul builds up its strength. To be able to balance on the brink of life and death means to know the real biology of life, which confidently leads everyone to the evolution of consciousness. Knowing this, one day you can leave the material worlds forever. Those who are ready to listen to the silence in moments of despair feel the angels literally nearby. Their presence can be so real, more real even than the presence of humans. Sometimes it's so bad that you only believe in angels because common sense comes from them, which is expressed by a flow of warmth and deep support. People usually do not notice angels because the brain is very overstressed. Because of this, the perception of reality is very inadequate, although it is called sober. Who has been in a desperate situation for a long time and whispered with someone from above and received salvation, no longer doubts the goodness of all things and knows for sure that no one is abandoned. For those who have experienced this, the reality of the angelic world fits into the mind without a doubt. After all, people are so crazy so far that being in imaginary solitude, they would have destroyed themselves long ago. Angels are literally on duty over our world. Anyone who honestly appeals to the invisible can receive help not only from winged creatures, but also from nature spirits or from any other compassionate beings, because helping others in trouble is a common instinct in the universe. A person must learn to trust himself and use his mind. Therefore, angels, in order to help a person, sometimes just create a situation so that a person can use his mind. Sometimes this leads to an even greater shock, so that he can see that all the catastrophes of his life are created by himself. Angels educate the soul, therefore, for many people, a test is more useful than meaningless salvation as such. Angels do not help to win the lottery, they protect the soul of their pupil. The angels understand that humanity will not spin endlessly in samsara and take on the role of very powerful pioneers of the spirit, shifting the history of the earth into a world of greater humanity. The angelic state of mind is a deep concentration on the truth. If you live the truth long enough, then the reliance on reality gradually accumulates and most human fears disappear due to clarity of mind. And even in the minutes before death in old age there will be no panic and life will continue further in the spirit of self-creation. This is how many people live. It is expressed in the fact that such people easily manage love, career, and health. This is achieved at the expense of the inner truth. The truth leads to responsibility for your whole life. There are angels with exceptional mercy who help with doctors, with firefighters, and even in war. In a coma, people often make the decision to come back or not, relying on a conversation with their angels. The dead see hundreds of them. The martyrs see them with their own eyes and many felt their touch in moments of danger. Angels have names. It happens that they become friends from early childhood. It happens that they appear through animals or live in their favorite places of nature and wait to visit from time to time. With all the doubts, it is pointless to doubt the existence of angels and better study these phenomena. It is impossible to deny angelic powers, just as it is impossible to deny ordinary common sense, reason, or logic. Angels are a transitional form from a human to a universal being, who are exclusively attuned to great creation like everything divine. Angels have their own hierarchical ladder. At its very top are seraphim, who are close to God in wisdom and power. The angels who are closest to God are also called archangels. Angels and archangels are made of light and endowed with wings. They are sexless and live in heaven, guarding God's throne. It is believed that angels are servants and messengers of God. They monitor human actions and write them down in special books, and besides, they test people and escort them to the judgment of God. Angels guard the gates of hell and heaven, protect righteous and pious people, and send visions to the prophets. Each angel has its own specific function on earth, and is responsible for a certain sphere of human activity. It is believed that every person from birth has two angels who protect and guide him throughout his life in all his deeds, and after the death of a person they accompany him to the gates of heaven or hell. The Bible says that after the creation of man, God commanded the angels to kneel before him, but one angel did not do this, and became the enemy of the entire human race. Those angels, who serve the enemy of God and people, torment people in every possible way, causing them all kinds of obstacles. On the contrary, good angels protect a person and help him avoid temptations and temptations. According to the Christian tradition, a guardian angel stands behind the right shoulder, and an evil demon stands behind the left. Therefore, it is customary to be baptized from right to left, as if relying on angelic help and dumping all the bad things on the demon. Guardian angels, according to legend, always rejoice when a person does something good, and are saddened by his unkind and evil deeds. These are the so-called personal guardian angels. Those angels who guard the dwelling are called the guardians of the hearth. When the process of consecration of a dwelling takes place, a person invites a guardian angel into his house. There are angels who patronize travelers. Most people, when going on the road, are necessarily baptized, thus enlisting the support of their guardian angel. For most believers, the presence of a guardian angel is beyond doubt. It is generally believed that a guardian angel is given to every person at baptism, the essence of which is much deeper than people think. That is why, for the most part, parents try to baptize the child as early as possible, so that not only they, but also the divine forces take care of him throughout his life. Everyone can turn to their guardian angel in a difficult period of life, ask him for protection and help, protection from troubles, bad people, misfortunes and diseases. And if a person is kind, honest, decent, and a believer, then an angel will certainly give him an invisible helping hand. As mentioned above, every baptized person can count on the protection of his guardian angel. And the more pure a person is in his thoughts, and the stronger his faith in God is, the more guardians he can have. As a rule, additional protection from temptations and troubles is also required for those who have the gift of healing. There are cases in history when the righteous lived happily and peacefully, or when believers overcame trials on their way to God with the help of guardian angels. Of course, skeptics can only laugh at these examples, but there are a lot of such stories around the world to consider them mere coincidences. What are the miraculous rescues of people who just miraculously survived terrible car accidents in which their cars turned into a pile of metal, or the rescue of children who fell out of the windows of multi-story buildings? And there are many such examples around the world, when human life was preserved contrary to all the laws of nature, and when it would seem impossible. And it is impossible to explain them by anything other than God's providence. It is generally believed that guardian angels not only protect people from danger and temptations, but also in exceptional situations they can send various signs, prophetically dreams, visions, which contain tips on how to avoid trouble, indications of mistakes and sins that need to be repented of. But with such visions, you need to be very careful, because they can be sent not only by good angels, but also by those who stand behind the left shoulder of a person. At the same time, it is very important to remember that a guardian angel cannot harm a person. They cannot make money in the truest sense of the word, but they can make a person incomparably richer by giving him true love, health, harmony, happiness, and true friendship. Guardian angels do not punish, they help a person and show him the righteous path that will lead to grace and God's mercy. At the same time, one should not think that a guardian angel will be with a person throughout his life. Angels judge by actions and thoughts, and even if a person does not cross the threshold of the temple often enough, but his thoughts are pure, a guardian angel will support and protect him. But if a person is angry, he is overwhelmed with aggression and anger, then an angel can turn away from him. It will be very difficult to return it, but it can still be done. You need to change, purify your thoughts and soul, and sincerely repent. Under different circumstances, at different times, some people claimed to have met with their guardian angels. Sometimes in the stories they were angels in the flesh, but more often people said that they saw heavenly messengers in dreams and visions, in which they gave some advice, warned of danger and guided them on the righteous path. However, often the guardian angel is invisibly and inaudibly present in a person's life. You can turn to him through prayer, ask him to appear in a vision or dream, or give some kind of sign of his presence. You can devote a whole day to this bright spirit, which is commonly called Angel Day, honoring him with good deeds and prayers. Sometimes, in addition to guardian angels, a person may have other heavenly patrons, including martyrs and saints. For example, if a child was baptized in a temple erected in honor of a saint, then this saint will take under his care the person baptized in it. If, moreover, a person carries with him an icon with the image of this saint, then his help and protection will be even stronger. Thus, summing up all of the above, we can conclude that no matter how skeptics and materialists feel about the very idea of the existence of guardian angels, there is probably not a single person in the world who would not like to receive such a bright, kind defender. With his good deeds and pure thoughts, a person pleases his guardian angel, encouraging him to provide comprehensive support and assistance to a person. And at the same time, it does not matter at all whether the person himself believes in the existence of a guardian angel. What is important is that the angels do not lose faith in people and always turn out to be nearby at the right moment.